James Gandolfini, best known for playing the role of Tony Soprano, died yesterday at the age of 51. Abie Philbin Bowman has been looking back at his career.
We lost a giant today. I am utterly heartbroken. These were the words of Sopranos co-star Lorraine Bracco on the death of actor James Gandolfini. In addition to the TV role that made him a household name, Gandolfini had an impressive list of film credits. His imposing physicality meant that he was frequently cast in the role of henchman in films like True Romance, Get Shorty and 8mm. He was used to facing off against leading men like Christian Slater, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
What do? You shoot me with your own gun, huh? Registered in your name? You really fucking thought this through, didn't you, genius?
But in addition to his menacing persona, Gandolfini also had brilliantly understated comic timing. In Armando Iannucci's Iraq War satire In the Loop, Gandolfini played a US general, deeply uncomfortable with the gung-ho, trigger-happy approach of his president. Here he is, sneaking away from a party to a child's bedroom to explain to the Secretary of State why the impending war will be a disaster. Adding to the comedy, he's reduced to making his point using a child's talking calculator.
So you add these together.
Yeah. Very good.
So this is the number of combat troops available for an invasion according to these figures.
1,000?
Well, 12. 12 troops.
Oh, come on, you're shitting me.
I am
please.
shitting you.
Oh, thank you very
12,000
much.
troops. 12,000 troops, but that's not enough. That's the amount that are going to die. And at the end of a war, you need some soldiers left, really, or else it looks like you've lost.
However, Gandolfini will unquestionably be best remembered for the role of New Jersey mob boss Tony Soprano. For those unfamiliar with the series, its popularity may seem mysterious. Why should viewers in Ireland fetishize or celebrate the experiences of Italian-American criminals? But this view misses the truth that mob stories are revolutionary, because they challenge the Hollywood hierarchy of goodies and baddies. Where westerns, superhero films or rom-coms have clearly defined good guys who will save the day and get the girl, and clearly defined bad guys who are destined to be defeated, mob movies give us a far more realistic and recognisable world, in which everyone is morally compromised. The heroes in mob movies are, by definition, villains, and their struggle for survival against ruthless rivals and also against the forces of law and order are far more true to real life than the adventures of Superman, John Wayne or Meg Ryan. And while mob movies took this major step, The Sopranos took it one step further, offering us more than the 90-minute window of a standard Hollywood film, bringing this realistic world into a more realistic, long-form storyline, in which real lives and emotions had space to develop and breathe. Ironically, and true to life, Tony Soprano was a character who lived in this world of moral ambiguity, but longed for the simpler myths of Hollywood, as he told his henchman Silvio Dante.
What the fuck happened to Gary Cooper? That's what I'd like to know.
He died.
Oh, fuck that. Gary Cooper. Now, there was an American. The strong, silent type. He did what he had to do. He faced down the Miller gang when none of those other assholes in town would lift a finger to help him. And did he complain? Did he say, oh, I come from this poor Texas, Irish, illiterate fucking background or whatever the fuck, so leave me the fuck out of it because my people got fucked over?
Ray Liotta famously turned down the part of Tony Soprano because he didn't want to commit to a television series. And yet The Sopranos kick-started a golden age of television drama, in part because James Gandolfini gave us a fully formed, morally ambiguous, utterly believable character. A mob boss who couldn't control his teenagers, suffered from depression and needed to go to therapy. A man who ruthlessly orders hits on fellow mafia bosses, but whose elderly, infirm mother has him wrapped around her little finger.
No, you're not gonna die. Your stuff's not gonna be hauled off to the dump. But you do have to start planning for your future. You got the most rewarding chapter of your life coming up.
You know my good jewelry?
The stuff Dad gave you. Yeah, some of those pieces came right out of Cartier's window, huh? Listen, Com doesn't want it. Not now. What we both want is for you to live long and wear your sparklers to your grandchildren's graduations.
I gave it all to your cousin Josephine.
What the fuck, the good jewelry?
She always admired it. They don't have much money.
You gave a fucking cousin Cartier dinner rings and you give me a vibrating chair?
Your wife never showed any interest in my jewels. She never complimented me on any of it, as I can remember.
You listen to me now. Before you do any more serious damage to yourself or your grandchildren's inheritance, you're going to stop living alone right now.
I'm not going to that nursing home.
James Gandolfini and Nancy Merchant, also known as Tony and Livia Soprano, ending that report from Abie Philbin Bowman.